Why, hello everyone. It is GleeCon and we are here once more to jump back into the fray. On the last episode of Lore of Warcraft, we read ourselves a nice little fable in the folk and fairy tales of Azeroth called The Uninvited Guest, a somewhat creepy cautionary fable about goblins and greed. Check that one out if you'd like. And today we're going to resume our long play because in addition to all of the stories, canon and non-canon lore, we cover all of the lore that's produced by quests and lines of dialogue with characters in the game. So we're going to jump back into our exploration of Felwood. So stay a while and listen. This is a long play format, so like Classic WoW, a lot of things take a lot of time. So that's the story of Classic WoW. So while we get to as much lore as we can by accomplishing whatever quests we can, a lot of that stuff is put to the side because it just takes a lot of time to do it. We've already covered both of the skinning. We do still need to do some hunting. We're going to start today by going and helping the first round of Timbermaw allies here with Glee Console. She is our erstwhile healer. She spends a lot of time doing enhancement and soloing because we do most of the stuff PvE one-on-one. But when it comes to group content, she likes to be a healer. Now I'm going to skip a couple guys here. We have to kind of make our way around. We do have a bunch of these things in the Deadwood Village to kill. We need to kill 6 warriors, 6 pathfinders, and 6 gardeners. But we also need to kill Overlord Roar, a leader of these guys. So I want to start by actually finding him first. I believe he's in the back at a little kind of tent. Because then we will shape whatever mandatory kills, because he's going to be guarded, I'm sure. There's his camp and his guards. Alright, so we're going to start. We'll make a little totem pile here. And let's get it going with all of our great... Let's start by killing this warrior off to the side. I'm saving mana now rather than starting with like a flame shock or anything. Eventually, once I get to... we just pulled the second one who decided to take out my agility totem. These guys, hopefully we can handle 2v1. I know, yeah, we are still low on our staves. I think we're high enough that it's starting to make a difference. We got a corrupted shard on that one, so that's good. Yeah, so we had to wait a little bit. Last episode was kind of low content, and therefore my mind started wandering a lot, and I really did a lot of side shadow not related to the game. And so thank you for bearing with me. But we really spent the most of the episode doing one quest, just unlocking the cleansing quest. And that's because, we had just switched to a staff after beating Maraudon. And our staves were like at around level 200, so we've gained almost 50 points, which is great. So we're almost at level 50. Which means these Deadwood warriors we're hitting nicely, because these Deadwood guys are 48, 49. That's good. We just hit 250, by the way, so that's great. Alright, cool. I'm going to go and pull this warrior over here. I will use a fire to pull him from afar. He'll be the last one that we fight with this little totem setup we have right here. I'm not even going to refresh any that wear out. That's because after this, I think I'm going to buff up. I will hit him with another flame shot because I want this fight to kind of end sooner rather than later. Because we're most likely going to have to, right now, fight all 3 of those guys at the same time. So let's see what kind of buff we have. Well, I have regular mushrooms, but yeah, I'd like a buff. We have poached sunscale salmon, which gives us the life, and then we also have grilled squid, which gives us agility. I think either one is fine. Oh, we also have cooked glossy mitefish. That's probably the worst of the 3, so we'll go ahead with that. And I think everything else is okay. So I want to... Let's see, should we defeat the weak first? Yeah, I think let's go that way. Plus, I think the gardeners can heal. So if we have to, make something happen, if we have to escape, if we have to whatever, once we kill one. If we go with the weakest, normally I might go for the strongest. It depends on my character. Mithril back there. I just don't particularly think that this character is going to be the best at taking this down. But I do think the gardeners possibly can do it. I'm not 100% sure. Oh look, his Pathfinder did not pull. So, bully for us. We do have Nature's Swiftness in the pocket. Oh, he did just put a hot on himself. Now, one thing that I have to do, cast that like too soon, is, oh, he just feared me. I didn't even know he could do that. So, we don't want to aggro. That's good. Let's go back over here. I did not realize he could do some kind of fury, type of rage, whatever. Not demoralizing shout. I think the warrior can do some kind of shout like that too. So he does it all. He called for help also. So like a den watcher, he can call for help. And luckily we got that. We also just hit 251 on stage, so we're starting to move into 51 level. All right, we got his claw, and we got some plantains. Okay, and let's go ahead now and just start killing. We'll kill the Pathfinder over here. These guys can shoot, so he might stop. Good, he let me bring him over to my den over here. Ooh, gotta stop that curse. That's the one that lets you, I think, actually I'm not sure. These are deadwood, and I think the deadwood are also up here, so if that's the typical deadwood curse, it's a curse that makes healing ineffective. I should probably drop my Earth Shock down, since it's really just used for... oh, look, there's a rare called Rage Paw. I actually think he's not that rare. I've killed him before. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and drop some totems here. Weapons ready to be rebuffed. Another gardener, as you saw, they have heals, they have hots and regular heals. There's that hot, but we got able to get him nonetheless. I'm not sure how I feel about pulling Raged Paw. Can we pull him without pulling a friend? Okay. Nope, he brought a friend. Thanks. Alright, so we're gonna go after his other buddy first. I'll drop a fire one on this way as well. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Okay, we got a nice hit on that one. I dropped the wrong totem. Okay, good. Got a corrupted shard off of him. Alright, now mana is low, but I think we've pretty much got him down. He's just from him proccing lightning shields and taking fireballs to the face. Got him. Alright, so we got some albino pants of the whale, that's cloth. Spirit stam. I'm trying to build up a healer set for when I go full heal in dungeons, but... Alright, what do we have left? We've done about half. Oh, cool, a Pathfinder just spawned. Once we kill this Pathfinder, we are halfway through our killing. We only need to kill 18. This is the easiest of the three. Prove it to us Timbermaw quests. I was thinking about doing this episode yesterday, but then I realized I got a really late start yesterday, so it would have really eaten into my day, and I just felt like also that would give me a weird situation where I'd either be doing three, oh that was a nice hit combo, 3 long ones in a row, or 3, I'd be avoiding this long play for 3 episodes in a row. So I was kind of on the fence because my pattern right now, I'm trying not to do more than 2 of these in a row. It's just very time consuming, and I'm trying to get us back to getting used to, you know, anybody that is a long time watcher, you might get a little spoiled with what I've been able to provide for you lately in terms of content level. When I get into the full works busy season, which is going to start in 1 more week, I have 1 more week, calm before the storm, where right now my hands are tied. The logistics setup for what I have to do for all of the... Basically, the way my kind of job works, it alternates. So this final quarter of the fiscal year is my busiest time of year. It's when everything gets kind of buttoned up and wrapped up. That is going to start in a week. Then I get like that first part, like October, mid-October, in through the end of the calendar year is a very easy time of year for me. I still have to work a lot and do a lot of things, but it's just not as intense. Then the first quarter of the calendar year is extremely, well, I guess it's more like fifths of my year, not quarters. Yeah, so I'd say the first this first 20%, this first fifth, leading from now until about the end of October. Because what is that? August, September? Yeah, so it's about, that's about a quarter. This is probably the closest, probably the busiest time of the year. Anyway, that's a lot of... It doesn't really matter. The point is that right now I'm in the quarter of the year that is very easy. This is the easiest time of year for me. There's only so much I can do. I have little meetings and little projects, but it's really low-key. I can work from home. It's the best part of my job. And I can set up some logistics, but no deadlines come up. And the reason why it really is because there's a lot of like data and other companies and other areas that I cannot do the next part of, I cannot do my most pressing projects without other data and information. So that's pretty much what it all boils down to. Alright, after this we just need 3 Pathfinders. And most of that data will not become available for another week. The most impressing things, but then it will like hit the ground running, because then I'll have all these massive deadlines requiring hundreds of hours of work, and I may or may not have a team. That depends on whatever I can beg, borrow, and steal from the higher-ups, whatever manpower. Okay, we're trying to find some Pathfinders now. Here's one. Well, we want to ideally not have to aggro people that are not necessary, considering all we need is Pathfinders. So we have what I'm trying to do is create like a sustainable recording schedule. That's my goal, because then this will give me, you know, the way I've been doing it is Mondays and Tuesdays I've been giving you guys shorts. I'm going to try to not do days off. And Wednesdays, really, because one of those is not a short, it's my Patreon. So since that hasn't been short, dang it, there is Pathfinder there, but it's it's he's got some allies. So that really makes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of accounted for. And then Thursday I could do a long, and then Friday a short. So that gets me through the heavy part of the work week. See, there's a Pathfinder right there. I could try and pull him, but he's gonna aggro a couple more. And then there's a Pathfinder with that roar. I don't want to pull that. Gardener. Yeah, they're just kind of annoying because they don't seem to be padding around in individual format as much as the others. It just becomes like the calculation of what is actually quicker. Fighting a 3-pack of guys, there's a Pathfinder, or hunting the rando couple Pathfinders. That's what we're working on figuring out right now. So if I don't drop totems and I just go heavily on this, there's a Helia Dwarf Priest. Anyway, so I think it's a sustainable record schedule that I've created. It is going to require some diligence on me. Sometimes I just came home from work dog-tired. But I need to work on my work-life balance. I have a very bad work-life balance, and that's something I have to change. So I am going to work on just trying my best, which is going to require, like, a lot of the times, the worst part about not working from home, about going into an office and working with a job like mine, is you spend so much of your time of your day with, like, commuting to work, and I don't ever take a break when I go to work. I don't ever stop for lunch. I don't do anything like that. I cut those hours out. But you still waste time, like, socializing, talking to your coworkers, building relationships, and I think I just want to cut that out of my life. I don't want to build relationships anymore. I think it's easy to say now, though, but it's gonna. I mean, you know, there are people that I like. It's just that what that ends up is, for every minute that I spend doing stuff like that, chances are it's gonna translate into time spent working at home at night, or working late at work, or working over the weekend. So I need to. I just need to get better about that. All right, we're gonna fight this extra pack here. I'm tired of looking around. I think this will be quicker. So we're gonna pull this warrior and then pull that Pathfinder. Okay, that Pathfinder is gonna. I was gonna say it's gonna aggro all of them now. That's what we'll do. He shot me with like an arcane shot or something. They hit me with this freaking curse. That's terrible. Means I've got to play this a lot more carefully. I'll still be able to get some. Oh, dang. Come on, man. Okay, I got one. Now I've got to fight this guy. Right, I'm going to hit this even though half of my healing won't work. Now I'm successfully marked with my armor off. All to get to this dumb Pathfinder. You janky edgelord. This was all for you, you jerk. I took the curse of the Deadwood over this. I took a shot to the face. I'm gonna aggro on this a second Pathfinder. Gotta get out of here. Okay. I'm gonna bail. I don't want to try to fight him, and I don't want to waste heals right now. Ow. time, but I think he's dead. No, he's not. Still chasing me down. It hurt. It hurt. Alright, now he's finally off my case. We are going to have to go kill a few more of them, though. Luckily, we've been getting some rep. We have to work our way back up to... I mean, not back up to. Up to unfriendly, which we still have 355 rep to do that, but we'll get some from talking to him.
We suffer much from the events of the past. Thank you for what you have done to help protect the Timbermaw. As a sign of our growing friendship, please accept this humble offering.
Alright, so I could get this mail. This cloth vest is... That could be part of a healer set. Mana per 5 seconds, but I'm not going to pick it. Because this mail... Nah, it's not as good as what I'm wearing. Okay. I will pick it, I lied. Alright, so we just completed Timbermaw Ally for real, for real. Let's go over to the spreadsheet. And we have Timbermaw Ally. That might be our... No, it's not our first neutral one. We've now completed it. That's the easiest one. And that's going to allow us to also pick up feathers for... We can pick up... Speak to Nafi.
Perhaps you are capable of handling a larger threat that we Timbermaw face. You certainly have shown yourself capable here. Another of my kind stands guard outside the entrance to Timbermaw Hold, along this road far to the north. His name is Nathian. While he may appear to be a feral and unsavory beast, fear him not. He only seeks aid against the malign forces that threaten our home.
Alright, so we picked up Speak to Nathian. Which we'll turn that one in whenever we get there. That's not getting done today. But now we're going to quickly do the feathers for Grazle. We're going to just hit that up one time. So yesterday, or last time we grinded these guys, we had really bad luck on the feather drops. Okay, but that was worth 60 rep, so not too terrible. We need 295 rep. Now we can just kill any furbolts that we want. Yeah, I feel like if I don't drop the totems, I can afford to hit at least one flame shock, even though it's only 75. Let's see, that's 265 for 419. Okay. Here we already got one feather, we just need 5. I'm gonna eat another while we grind out. Might as well eat some more glossy mite fish. At some point we might have to fish too. 280. No, we're caught up on fishing on this account. We have to fish 20 more points. We are gonna level up some points soon. How soon? 19k? Maybe like after... On my 3-piece tier 2 booth to chain heal doge. I like it when people try to correct their spelling and they mess up over and over because I do it over and over again. I do that myself.
How did you doge? No!
Oh, he resisted! He resisted Earthshock. What a little stinker. Oh, you got your hot off too slow, buddy. He gave me a moonberry juice, which I appreciate. Also, he gave me a second feather. So, 2 for 2 so far. Love it. You know, I wonder why you don't ever see people grinding down here. It's probably because it's so far away. I was gonna say, we can take off his hot if we want. I think that's one add-on I don't have. I should probably get an add-on that shows me like positive buffs. Otherwise, in Classic, you just have to like know that they're on there. You have to recognize what they're doing with their animation, understand what they've put on themselves, and decide if you want to purge it or not. Most classes don't even have that option. Don't you curse me, you little so-and-so. We don't abide by curses around here. Got a third feather. Okay. Got me a third feather. Oh, and it looks so nice. Oh, I just pulled 2 guys. Won't get better from here. Got me a feather. Not from that guy. He gave me some age wheat cloth and a greater mana potion. I don't know why. Imagine if I had just broke that out years ago. How many less subscribers I would have. I'm not even particularly a country music fan. I do not like mainstream modern country at all. I do like kind of a folksy country hybrid mix. There are some like country folk that I really like a lot. Or some alternative bands that have almost a blues grassy kind of vibe to them. Okay, we only need 1 more feather. I do like that. I do enjoy that style of music. I am from the South, so I am inundated by people that love that kind of music. Family loves that kind of music. A pair of jeans that fit just right and all that stuff. Just not my style. A little too formulaic for my taste. There are some good. I swear. It's like the game is watching me through a camera and it's like waits for me to scratch my chin or... And then it's like, he's taking a sip of coffee. Throw the curse at him. Tottenham. By the way, we've slowly been raising the staves. We are at 259. We're almost going to hit 260, so we're almost as though we were 52. Maybe this will be our final feather, and we can get out of here and stop killing these guys. No, he gave me 1 silver instead. Just as good. No, that's not even cope, because I don't believe it was. Oh, dang it. Wrong totem. I'm probably the last person to show up to this party, but I just made the immature connection between totem and scrotum. And, already I'm like, what kind of names can we use to, combine those two in a clever way? I'm all about the puns. Love a good pun, a good funnily named. I do think when we get to retail, I am going to create a guild, and I am going to open it up to people of the show that are interested in achievement hunting or completionist hunting. Just so you guys know, when we get there, we're not that crazy far off. I don't know when we will get there, but it will happen. Should we eat one of our... Yeah, let's eat our little pumpkin here. We still didn't get our 5th feather, because, of course, they're gonna hold it to tantalize us. Dangling that last feather above our head. I feel like if it was really me, if we were really out here, we could just, like, look for the ones that had a feather on their head and go for those. That would just make too much sense. Come on, you ding-dong. Give me that feather. Yeah, there's a, let me think. Country adjacent people that, or kind of certain country that I like that's a little more, I think there's a guy named Noah Kahan. I like some of his songs. Tyler Childers has a few. He can get a little bit too into that mainstream formulaic style that I'm not a particular huge fan of, but he does have some that I just quite really like a lot. He's got some good live covers of like Pink Floyd and stuff that I like. Noah Kahan's, his isn't the formulaic part, his just His gets a little bit medium and vanilla for me at times, but then he has some songs that are quite nice that I really, really enjoy. You little so-and-so. So that kind of country-esque. As far as a band that just kind of feels like it has this southern vibe to me, but as actually not, is an indie band from New Jersey, is a band called oh jeez, Pine Grove. It's a they no longer are actively tour together. I kind of think the lead singer got a mild case of the Me Too movement, and the band kind of went its own separate ways with life, you know, as tends to happen. But they're a great band, and while they are not southern or country at all, they just kind of have this slight little vibe to them. Maybe it's just me. There's another guy, man, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he does a little, it's basically like a little one-man show. He does a little harmonica, very gravelly. It's kind of got like he's a young guy, but he looks so it sounds older than he is. Kind of got a little mullety, long, maybe not a quite real mullet, long hair look. He'll sing some really incisive. I like kind of smart, almost spoken word style lyricists, like what's his name? Jeffrey Lewis, I believe is the guy's name. He does more independent. He's kind of like a one-man show kind of guy. Or all my totems are gone. Great, cool. And this guy is, there we go. We finally got our last feather. This guy I'm thinking of, this kid, he's got more of that kind of vibe to him. He's like a kind of a folksy bluegrass country kind of version of that. He's got the really scratchy, gravelly, almost like a Tom Waits kind of style of scratchiness to his throat, to his voice. All right, we're gonna go turn these feathers in. That's it. For that, we've also collected 12 soul shards, so we can turn in 2 batches and get our official salvia huntings done. We also have ourselves up to 2785, so we need 215. Is that a rat pally? It sure is. I heard that vengeance proc. I feel like we're back on Glee Contessa. Alright, here's feathers for Grazle.
While you have proven yourself to me, you may need to continue to work toward proving yourself to the suspicious brethren of my tribe. To that end, I may be able to continue assisting you. Some of the Deadwood furbolgs wear a distinctive headdress that may be used as a means of proof in pinning their numbers. Bring me a feather from any headdresses you acquire. For every set of 5 you bring me, you will earn recognition amongst the Timbermaw. Well done, Gleekin Soul. I will make sure that your deeds are known amongst my kind. Remember to bring any of the feathers you find to me. I will continue to accept them as long as necessary.
That's 50 more. Good for us, so we're at 165. Also, that is the only feathers for Grazle that we are going to need. We will not be turning in our feathers to him because we're done with the Timbermaw grind for a while. We are going to go over here and check out the skinning. Then I think we'll go in and turn in a husband's last battle, and then come back and work on slimes for a while, maybe in going up to our filled flasket as well. Or actually, maybe we go get the filled flasket first. Let's do that first. Because I don't think the husband thing leads to anything. Alright, Salvia hunting. Possessing a Cenarian beacon allows one to see a corrupted soul shard on those tainted beasts that are put down for the greater good. I grind shards into a usable reagent that goes into making Cenarian plant salve. We will use that salve to turn corrupted plants into healthy ones again. In exchange for these shards, I will give you some Cenarian plant salves I have already prepared.
Very well then. Here are your Cenarian plant salves. Scour Felwood for corrupted plants, adventurer. Wherever they are, use the salve I have given you to purify them.
Okay. Now, if you do the same thing again, she says the same things. Possessing a Cenarian beacon allows one to see a corrupted soul shard on those tainted beasts that are put down for the greater good. I grind shards into a usable reagent that goes into making Cenarian plant salve. We'll use that salve to turn corrupted plants into healthy ones again. In exchange for these shards, I'll give you some Cenarian plant salves I've already prepared.
Very well then. Here are your Cenarian plant
Same
salves. Scour
dialogue.
Felwood for corrupted plants, adventurer. Wherever they are, use the salve I have given you to purify them.
So that is 2 more done. We've done the cleansing part, but the cleansing does go along with... We've done these 2 now. It goes along with the cleansing of the flowers, so it's not technically done. Actually, let's do that really quick. Let's hop up and look for some opportunities. We have 8 of the shard of the. We have 8 of the salves. You need a total of 11, so we're only 3 short, but you need 11 salve to be able to. So this is Jade Fire Glen. This is where you can find a couple of the more uncommon. So right here, that's Dreamfoil. So if you look around, we don't need this. This is where you see people farming. This is a Fellcloth farming spot. I'm just now coming to realize. I didn't realize that my first couple times. I'm like, there's always people farming this. Why? It's for the Fellcloth. Even though the drop rate's pretty bad, you can kill, I'd say probably 2% maybe, if you're lucky. Alright, so there is a Whipper Root. That is the uncommon one. So we are going to fight this one Fellsworn. Even though we don't need him for any quests on Horde. I'm just going to face tank that. Because I don't know what other kind of action he might be giving us. But this is going to take 3 of our 8. We'll be down to 5. Now that I haven't seen him do anything, I'll kill him with that. Okay, so this is the corrupted Whipper Root. You have found a sickly, corrupted version of what appears to be a Whipper Root plant. The visible roots of the plant appear tough and leathery, and a slimy film hangs from the plant. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it's to be turned back to normal. You apply 3 Cenarian plant salves to the Whipper Root. It immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. Now it disappears, and it is replaced with this green plant. For a few moments, people can come and mess around with that. Alright, so that's great. Whipper Root is just like a free potion. I actually wonder now, it might share cooldown with potions. I actually used this the other day when I was playing on something, and I was like, oh, I think it does share a cooldown. So that's fine. We got that. That's one of them. We have 5 to go, so we could get the 2 babies, or if we find a night dragon, we can get that. There's not that many spaces where it drops. I don't want to fight that guy. What we want to do is go get this. We'll get some. We'll work on getting these slimes while working our way to the filled flasket next, and keeping our eyes peeled. I'm not going to aggressively hunt these plants until we get 3 more. So we need 2 more turn-ins, aka 12 shards. What was that? That was just them doing herbalism, I think. There is, along these lakes, sometimes a spawn of one of the types of plants. So if you kind of look around the edges of the lakes, I don't remember which one. I think it might be that one. So we'll go take a peek while we're right here. That's just another... I believe it's this lake that along the edge there's a spawn point, I believe. Spawn point of which one? I don't remember. So don't see any. So either it's not spawned right now, or I'm wrong. Both very likely. Okay, I don't see any there either. I think I'm right. I just might be wrong about the specific little pool. Anyway, not a big deal. We will have ample opportunity. Look, I can skin this Felpaw. I'm not gonna... sure, it's real estate. Oh, look, here's more. I was gonna say, I'm just worried we'll get the corrupted leather and it won't be worthwhile. But you know what? You never know. Either way, look, we're getting some rugged and some thick. So, there's that. I really should go to an auction house. I have a couple... There's one patch of tainted skin. I do have those couple recipes. I have... I can just follow this person like a tracker. I've been watching... in my MCU playthrough, I've been watching... the show The Gifted. I just started watching, which I thought was just going to be a chore watch because these teen shows I don't particularly love, and it's because they're not marketed for me. And if you look at like the if you look at like Marvel's Runaways, they're terrible. I hate that show. Sorry. If anybody of you guys like that show, if you've seen it, that is the peak chore watch for me in the Marvel Universe. I despise that show. It is terrible. It's objectively a bad show. There's nothing about it. I am not the target audience. I do not care about the, like, Beverly Hills 90210 love triangle between the teenage high school, sexually active teenage high schoolers. The old man in me just bristles. The powers are uninteresting. The way that they use their powers, because to me, a really good sign of a show is using the powers of a particular mutant or whatever to create unique things that you couldn't have in like a normal drama. So where the mutant part of it is an actual like feature rather than just like, oh, and all of this is happening to mutants, so when they go have their drama or whatever, it's gonna be with mutant fighting instead of punching. You know, if we're fighting over the girl, we'll use our powers to fight. I'll pop my claws or lift my Cyclops glasses or whatever. And yes, obviously, like, the MCU... What's this? Curse? You dirty jerk. Okay, so we need to collect 50 bags of slime. 50 slime samples. Quite annoying. And now we have a massive curse reduction. Which is annoying. Maybe there's something that's not cursed ooze that I can... Anyway, I feel like I was not expecting anything a lot from The Gifted. And it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Like, maybe most of the way through the first season. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. They took some characters that maybe comics didn't give them as much love and did some okay things. Now, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it is entertaining. And I don't remember why that matters. I think maybe something reminded me of someone's powers here. Yeah, so the good thing is these things are frequent. We're not going to run out of slimes anywhere. Also, they have a 100% drop rate. So this is going to be a bit of a grind for us. It's fine. We need the grind. Downside, like I said, to be really safe, I'm going to pull 50 of them. So, I don't know that we'll do it all today. Where are we on? Oh, for a second I thought he was about to split. Where are we on time? Oh, we're good. So we're about halfway through the episode. And he's just going to keep me with that curse. I do believe that curse stacks. So if it starts stacking too high, we're just going to have to take a break from fighting them if we stack it 2 or 3 times. We're going to make our way over to this and just, whatever. It's stamina and spirit, so it makes our life lower, but it also makes our ability to rejuvenate on our own much lower. So that's actually terrible for this character. Okay, we're at 5. Yeah, because I think when I did it, it took me somewhere around 30. Took me around 30 kills. See, he stacked a second. Yeah, it took me around 30 kills, 30 turn-ins to get it, but I've heard horror stories where people have taken as much as 50, and I don't want to travel to the Undercity twice. That is against everything that I wanted. I guess let's eat a plantain. I could have eaten another glossy mitefish. They stack pretty high though, but I wonder if a 50 stack is gonna take up a bunch of bag space from us. Oh well. We're at 6. But, you know, forced grinding for XP is not like the worst thing that we've ever done on this show. There's also, I think, maybe there's 2 kinds. He just hit me with a 3rd stack. Yikes. Really, the number one way that's hurting us is now we're essentially all of our mana regeneration is going to be coming from our totem. Okay, so a couple wore off, but he hit me with another one. Yeah, they're just terrible. When we move up around here, it's possible... Yeah, those are called Tainted Ooze. So I'm gonna just keep working my way over in a sort of slow line to get to this area right there. Because it's probably got to be better than this. These curses in Felwood are no joke. So if you're a mage or a druid, which happens to be my 2 other characters, a lot less painful. I just do not. I'm not going to drop a mana totem because I'm going to set up on the other side of this pool. And we're getting our shards. We've gotten 2. We need 12 more to get the flower action that we really want. Keep that in mind also. And the lore behind this, remember, we are doing what is essentially a humongous part of the Warcraft 1 storyline, which is keep helping the Horde develop a massive plague. Now, ultimately, we learn bad things. I don't want to misspeak or do spoilers if for some reason you're watching this show and you don't have a lot of experience with that. But the Forsaken's goals are not and have never really been fully aligned with what the Horde wants as a whole. Really, that's kind of how it always goes. The orcs, you know, under Thrall want one particular thing. Under different orc leadership, maybe they want something else. Trolls, I believe, they pretty much just want, like, I mean, they hate the elves, but they really want, you know, a kind of a homeland of their own sort of thing. And they're weak, and it's really just it's just the dark spear trolls that are part of the Horde, not all trolls. It's not monolithic. And the orcs kind of want to just have their empire and do their orcish things without being messed with too much. It's just that those orcish things are often at odds with, like, what the rest of the world wants. the existing people of Azeroth. So they're almost like Americans visiting the New World. Like they want to clear-cut forests and strip mine and build their little towns up, and anybody that bothers them kind of gets in the way, which is interesting that the Tauren join up with that. But I guess the Tauren, that's due to Thrall. And Thrall kind of helps and serves the Tauren when they need it, because they were sort of on their own. So the Tauren get being part of a bigger collective, as do the Dark Spirituals. Now the Forsaken get that too, but the Forsaken have like this vested interest, and there's a really good story, one of the novels that talks about what role the, where are we at with our 13? Alright, so now we're going to make our way over this way. Look, there's a small thorium vein. So we don't need to kill these satyr. We just need to make it to the back of their little base. Unlike with the Alliance, just need to travel and be smart. Now, are we going to have to kill a satyr for this? Probably. Here's one. I also hear stealthed up, jacked up on that crusher. Got it. Cool, bro. I do. Yeah, I hear a stealth one. Join us. Maybe not. It's the stealth ones that really get us, to be honest. All right, we only have 10 seconds left on this. So I think we're gonna end up fighting. Just have to be careful and not pull extras when highly likely you're gonna pull stealth ones. You can hear, oh, there they are right there. So you just don't want to, because what the stealth one will do is turn what is otherwise going to be a 1v1 fight into a 2v1 fight. That's what they're really here for. Change your little excursion from just a, I'll go kill one at a time, into I'm repeatedly fighting 2v1 fights. Which, you know, at this level, you can probably handle it, but when you're not planning on it... This last one. Cool, got another soul. These guys do, I believe, drop that soul shard at a greater rate. There's probably a stealth one right here. So here, I'm hold these away enough. I don't want to have a 2v1 fight from that reason either. Dropping some kind of flame shield. He really wants to come make a fight out of this. And he might. He might make a fight right now since he's... Yep, he is. Okay, luckily I'm resisting that a decent amount of time. Yeah, I resisted like 2 or 3 out of 4. Pretty good. Time I'm gonna... He just did... Oh, he put his little fire shield on. Come on. We got a healing potion and another soul shard. We were at 6, so that's good. We have one more, we have one turn in. We just need 6 more soul shards, and we'll be having what we need to get all the plants. Where are you at? There's one right there. Gonna fight him. Because we gotta make... Oh no, there's 2 of them. Right. Does take time between attacks. Yeah. I don't like that time between attacks. Now we've got to make it through the rest of this. They just keep applying that poison. It's annoying. And considering the majority of my damage is coming from my attacks, I don't want my time between attacks. I got a roast turkey. Roast quail, I mean. I feel like I've eaten roast quail in my life. But definitely not like on the regular weekly menu at my house. Come on. Come on, that's our corrupted moonwell right there. There's a... Ooh, look at that. We leveled up. Cool. Alright, we are level 7 now, and we are pushing... The last 4 levels are going into purification to just give me ultimately plus 8% to healing. We're going to go jump and splish splash away inside this well. Fill up this well of corruption. And I don't remember where that gets turned in. Up there. Okay. Alright, time to bail on this. I don't want to... That was a guildie saying, "Grats on me," getting to 57. We could go turn this in, but I'm not really particularly worried about it yet. By the turn... They asked me what kind of a chamois I am, and I said enhanced resto heals. This is a guild called the Syndicate. I forgot I was even part of. I don't pay attention very much to it, because on my on the guilds where I do the channel with you guys, oh my gosh, I often am too focused on keeping the monologue going to pay too much attention to what's going on in guild chat. So I'm not a very good guildie. But they said lovely. Alright, we'll kill a few more of these annoying turds. Little did they know that I level up very slow. I have no intentions on raiding or doing anything helpful for anyone anytime soon. And insta cursed with the wither touch. Okay, so we're gonna keep on grinding out here. Where are we at with our... We have 13. Like I said, we want to get 50. 14. It's gonna be a while. I don't think this is gonna happen on this episode. Alright, so what should we do now? I guess we should go up around, work our way up killing slimes until we can go turn in. I would get at most around 25. But this is just... Honestly, I don't remember what I was doing in my real life when I did this first time on the Horde. Because I just kind of... I think I just sort of mindlessly played games or something, or listened to shows or something. But you have to, because killing 50 of a mob is quite a grind. But we're already level 57, which is great. What do we have with our cursed shards here? 9. 3 more to go. I'm going to move my totem station over here. She's getting pretty good. And I mean, we're really going to increase... There must be a mod that, like, alerts you when... Because there's too many times when I've been in a guild where I'll get a congratulations from guild members for leveling up. And there's... I don't get that alert, so I doubt it just... It's not coming from just watching, but since obviously your guild thing would change, your guild level would change in the overall list, so there's a way that the game is tracking it. So a quick mod that would give you a little message that said, like, such and such a person just hit this level would not be hard to pull off. So I just don't care about that. But yeah, we still need 3 3 more levels to go, and it's not going to happen for a while. We will hit up one more level in the process of all the Timbermaw grinding we're going to do. And we still have some pretty decent quests. We have almost 200,000 XP that we need to get, but trust me, we'll get there. And we're only getting like 370 XP for each one of these guys, so this is not where it's at. But we'll work our way up. We could also hit up this entropic horror kind of area too. That's not a bad idea. So we could turn in our quests, especially once we get 12, which we have 11 shards now. So once we get one more shard, then we need to make a trip down there anyway. And honestly, that's a good point for us to just go looking around for mobs. Once I get 25, we're at 20 of these potions. Once I get up to 25, I'm also gonna stop fighting these cursed, and we'll save the other half, the other 25 for the tainted oozes. So I'll kill 4 more of these tops. Half of our grinding journey will be done with them. But you know, she's pretty good. What's our staves up to? 266. So that's good. That puts us at basically 53, working in the 54 bracket. So we're only 3 levels below where we actually are. And we are solidly, you know, 3-4 levels ahead of the mobs we're fighting. Getting a little low on life here, and he just double cursed me like a jerk. Yeah, and you could see the curse had me so low that I would like 2 more slimes oozes from these guys. Curse had me so low that like one of my heals was going to overheal me because my life was. I was taking a 50 reduction to stamina. Now I again am. So it's kind of deceptive. It makes it seem like your life is so high. But it's really just that your max life has dropped so low. Oh, it's 60% durability. Yeah, it's going to be time to take a visit to a town. Anyway. Ow. Alright, one more slime, and then we will go up to the village to turn in these couple quests we have, and then, we will hop up to complete this. Where are we at on time? We're still good, we have time for this. We'll go up and complete the entropic horror, entropic beast, assuming they don't give us another quest out here. I don't remember if they do. Okay, we have 25. Now, a brave person that feels like a, you know, because you only need 5 correct samples. So, a brave person that is willing to brave a 1 in 5 success rate could go to the Undercity now. I am not that person because I have not achieved 1 in 5 success rate with this quest. Like I said, it was about 30, almost 30. It was around 28, something like that it took me. So even at my current experience, we do need these Jadenar forces, but I'm not really super pumped on that right now. We have all of the corrupted soul shards that we need to. What I'd like to do is turn in these, and then go up to the entropic area, also get the rest of our slimes. We'll work on that right now. And then after that, work our way back down, get our last corrupted, and then that one will probably be on the next episode. Killing these things and also getting the rest of our slimes will probably take us the rest of our time. There's the tainted ones down there. The tainted ones. So we'll fight these guys on the way out. Yeah, on the way out. I want to go sell and empty my inventory and repair. It's getting pretty full. Kinda might save that quail. Just to have one non-buffed thing. But yeah, we'll go up there and fight slimes. And also keep our eyes peeled for any of the other. Look, here's a corrupted Songflower, so we can turn this one in right here, right in the camp. How nice. You found a sickly, corrupted version of what appears to be a Songflower plant. A pungent, unhealthy odor emanates from the plant. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it is to be turned back to normal. You apply some Cenarian plant salve to the Songflower. It immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. This is my favorite one, because this is the one that gives you that nice buff. For 1 hour, the plus 5% crit with 15 to all stats. So now we have corrupted Songflower. So that one is done. We have half of the corrupted plants done. Looky for us. So we've done 5, we had 8, so we can't do Night Dragon now if we find it. Here's Well of Corruption.
I'm listening.
This is of the utmost importance. Be on your way now.
Very well. We must find a way to use this corruption against our enemies. Remember, patience.
I'm very curious to see what the sample of water will do to her kitty. Perfect. It made her big. Yeah, it made her big and green and fellish. Turned her into like a fell cat. That's cool. And now we'll get corrupted sabers.
This corrupted water can be used to our advantage, adventurer. With just a small amount of the water, my kitten doubled in size and seems to be stronger somehow. These cats may prove useful. Here, adventurer, take this cat carrier and release the kitten inside next to the moon well in the ruins of Constellas. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the results. Return the cat to me, and I'm sure I can make it worth your time.
Alright, so we're going back here. I think it's the same one, and we're going to just put the whole kit and caboodle there. Okay, so this is called... We've finished the Well of Corruption, and we are now picking up Corrupted Sabers. So, bang, boom. I don't know that we'll do Corrupted Sabers today. Okay, we also have another one to turn in with old Drecasaur telling about her husband.
Go forth.
Do you have the beast claw yet, Gleekenso? It will pay for its crimes. I don't care if it's corrupt or just angry for living in such a dismal forest. No Furbolg will live for long committing such crimes against my family.
You bring honor to me for following through with your word. My husband died in battle. He would have been proud of that. But I could not rest until I knew that the creature that has forced me to live my life alone paid for what it had done. Thank you again, adventurer.
Okay, so no new quest. I had a feeling. What is this? Oh, that's because I have to return them to her there. Alright, so that was a husband's last battle. It's one of the easier ones. And probably one of the last ones that we're going to be able to accomplish on this quest. Alright, there's general goods. There's no weapon merchant. Okay, now we're going to sell all of this loot. Yeah, we're going to end up with multiple stacks. Selling that, I don't care. We need some sort of mana potion, so I'm not going to sell that. Oh, I forgot about that too. Oh yeah, and I don't want any of those wolf meats either. Let's get those bad boys out of here, you know? Okay, so that opens up our inventory. Nice little bit here. Yeah, I don't want that. Alright. Okay, so now we're gonna go, we'll start by killing some slimes, but then we'll work our way up to the entropic beast area. Because I want to get that before we decide to make a journey back down. We're just going to kill slimes on the way. We need 25. Oh, look, there is a corrupted Windblosoom. So we can get the 3rd out of the 4th. And a tainted ooze right here as well. So great. I do not know what these people are talking about. And they're making some kind of joke about mounts and warranties and I don't know, but I do like that that guy did not do anything to me curse-wise. Okay, corrupted Windblosoom. You have found a sickly, corrupted version of what appears to be a Windblosoom plant. The berries that hang from the plant appear rotten and poisonous. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it is to be turned back to normal. You apply 2 Cenarian plant salves to the Windblosoom. It immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. Okay, and that is now 3 out of the 4 plants that we have collected. This one is sort of like a better version of the cooked glossy mitefish. You get this 10 stand buff, but it heals much higher level of life, like more than twice. It's like max level life per second eating, plus the 10 stand buff insta-style like a mitefish does. Insta-buff, like if you're just eating for a buff. Plus we have this nice buff right now, so that... And, yeah, now they're talking about French. Somehow a mixture of conversating about adding the U into words like color or not. This guy is bagging on Quebec, which, as you know, I have recently visited and liked it. I don't know, and now, if you hate Quebec, I guess I don't know. I'm not Canadian, so I don't know the politics of hating or not hating Quebec. It could be because you don't like that within your country there is an area of your country where everything is in French. So it could make it... This guy says in French, Montreal ne me dérange pas. J'adorais y aller en boîte. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure j'adorais is like to like something. And ne me dérange pas. It's a reflexive verb onto them. I don't know what boite means. I'd have to ask my wife. She would know what it means. I'm gonna just throw in a I like Quebec. So I'll just be I'm gonna be on the defending Quebec side. Because I did like it there. Now, of course, like every area. There's crappy things about everywhere, for sure. So, I won't get it twisted. But I did enjoy my time there as a tourist. Alright, so we are up to 30. We need 20 more. And this, like I said, we're kind of making our way up. We're right there on the borderline of this little area where we need to do the questing. These ones are actually worth a little bit more XP, so I like that. I will fight a harder level mob. It means I don't get that annoying freaking curse. Alright, now we died last time I played this because last time we went up here to this tainted area because I decided to fight. I saw a cool looking infernal elite and I thought to myself, oh, let's fight it. This is technically tabbed as an elite quest, but it is just because you have to go to the Shadowscar Vale where there are elites patrolling. You don't actually have to engage or fight with any elites. You only have to kill 4 mobs, none of which are elite, and you can very, very easily avoid any elites in the area. So, probably one of the easiest elite tab quests in the game, as far as, like, I'm going to complete this at level. See, that is an Infernal Sentry, considered an elite. They are not part of the quest. There's no real reward for doing anything with them. I fought a, like, elite, a rare version of one of those. A rare elite version of the elite. There we go. We explored the craters here. And the Entropic Beast. I think Entropic Horrors. The other one is going to find a couple of those, too. Don't really know the difference as we come in here to melee range. This guy, he hit us, the first one hit us with an Immolation. And otherwise, they're just kind of they're fire elementals. Yeah, so they hit us with an Immolate. I'm not doing anything special to them. I'm trying to hit him with lightning or something from afar to kick the fight off. I don't really care that much. Now we've just got to find the other 2 Entropic Horrors. The 2 Entropic Beasts. I think one is more ranged than the other, but I don't really think it's strict. These guys are 51, level 51, so it's possible that the Entropic Horrors are a little higher level. I don't really know. It might be a little of this, a little of that. They might be both higher level and... that's another beast that's 51. Beast, I don't know why it's all beasts. As far as, like, the mob class quests... Beast. I'm only seeing beasts. Okay. I'm gonna have to mount up now. It's an Infernal Elite, Infernal Bodyguard, but still just a regular elite thing. What's the difference between Sentry and Bodyguard? Sentry's a 52, Bodyguard's a 53. I guess I don't know where all the horrors are. I've not had this problem before where I couldn't find in equal measures the ones I wanted. So that's... Whoa. And that one just spawned, but it's also a beast. That's a beast. So maybe someone came around... I just don't know. This is not the kind of thing people really come and farm either, so... The fact that I can't find the one I want is odd to me. Beast. Weird. Another Sentry. Beast. What the heck? So... That's weird. This is now my 4th time doing this quest. I've never seen an issue like this before. Beast. Huh. Weird. I mean, and I worry that padding around the area is not going to actually be effective. Because... like, if it's shared spawns, there's a Windblosoom. Then... what does it matter? Beast. Huh. Okay, I guess we can just kinda farm the beasts for a while and hope that they... hopefully that triggers some horrors to spawn. Because other than that, it's just... we wait until the next episode to do this. Where are we at? Yeah, we've only got about 10 minutes anyway. Kind of wanted to finish this. But beast is weird. I mean, these core of elements are used for something, some kind of reputation grind thing at some point. Oh, there's a horror. I see one. Alright. After we fight this guy, we'll look at that horror right there. He's 54, so sure, they are higher level. Good. You only need 2 also, so... Oh, that Frost did not I thought, oh, I'm gonna hit him with the frost and it will be very strong. No, it barely did anything. So I don't know if they have an elemental resistance. It's very powerful, but here's an entropic horror. So I guess that's the main difference is level. He also seems to be hitting me with like a, and he didn't cast it on himself, so he has like a fire shield. That's another part of it. Yeah, he's triggering me even without casting. He's got a flame shield on. Steve's up to 269. Almost 54. That is something else. So that does create more intense DPS between the two things, him being higher level. That's a beast. I mean, I killed a few, so maybe they'll spawn up there. I don't know, I guess we're just gonna keep walking around. And then, like I said, the other thing that's is we need to get some more of those. We're at 31, so I'd like to get as many more slimes as possible. I'd like to get my last entropic horror here, and yeah, and as you can see, they're sprinkled everywhere, so they can spawn any part of these pits. I just think that maybe I just had extremely bad RNG with the mobs that spawned. Uh-oh. Just aggroed one. That could very well be it. I might just had horrible RNG. Or, for some reason, look, this is the Nibby the Almighty and the little MC imp. Or maybe for some reason, people came and farmed all of the entropic horrors. Higher level. Maybe they have a higher drop rate on whatever Hearts of Flame or something that fire elementals might drop. Trophy Beast. Beast. Entropic Horror. There we go. So, I'm going to give myself a pat on the back and tell myself it's 100% due to me killing those other mobs that I forced horror to spawn. I want to be away from this path when I'm backing up to this tree. I don't want this infernal sentry to get me. Considering I can barely fight one of these. Alright, so that's good. We did pull it off. We got all of those things. Now we're going to go down to the Felwood Slimes. The Felwood Slimes. The reason why I want to do this is because I'd like to end this episode with a port out of here. We're at 31, so I'd like to get 19 more slimes in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Which is not like the craziest thing. They're condensed pretty closely together. And then we will just port to Orgrimmar to wrap up our episode. And then on the next one, we will journey to Undercity to turn in this quest. And then port back and fly back here to continue our journeys. After that, we will work on the Corrupted Sabers, and we will also do the first level of the Forces of Jadenar before going in to get those. We'll also wrap up our Night Dragon turn-in. We'll do that. Or whatever it's called. Okay, we need 18 more. And then that's going to most likely open us up to the Forces of Jadenar storyline, where we start working on repeatedly plunging into that cave. We've gained about 15,000 XP since we leveled up already, which is good. Need here 17 more slime kills. Not too shabby. This Tainted Ooze isn't even that high level. And the best thing about them, they are not personal. I will take them because of that. 100% drop rate is also good. And the density of the mobs, how they pretty much spawn all over this area, also good. You can't dodge me. Well, you just did. But, like, from a trash-talking metaphorical angle, you can't dodge me. Oh, what is Dark Sludge? I don't know what that was going to be. But it had a very slow, interruptible cast time. Which indicates something bad might happen. Now, I'm lucky, not lucky, but I worried that one of these was also going to be a clone. What was that? Weird. Oh, that's this guy casting something. The amazing Nibsy. They cast something. I think that's where you go to learn how to summon infernals, to be honest. And you might have to kill one of those infernals on that quest if you're a warlock. I think we've read about it. I already read that quest line, the infernal summoning one. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we have a bunch of enhanced. The people in the guild are talking about, yeah, I'm enhanced resto, I'm resto all the way, I'm enhanced for now, then I'll be resto. Pretty much the story, like, that's what you want to be if you are a shaman, just a healer. And if you want to make life not miserable on yourself, you're probably going to be a good portion enhanced on the way. We need 13 more slimes. We are ready to roll. We're steadily killing these guys. I'd like to get them in a little concentration like I had the other ones, where I can put some totems down, but when they're 1v1 like this, it's not. I don't like to move from one mob to one mob. I do think a macro that would insta-set down all 4 of my totems would be cool. It does seem like some people are out there dropping them faster than I'm dropping them. Alright, we'll go around this side of the lake where there's a couple more. And then I'll move along the river before we start making our way back down, I guess. Now here, sure, maybe I can pull at least one other one here. So what is that Dark Sludge going to do? I'm scared and I don't want to. Oh, you can't interrupt it. It's a disease though. Okay, so it does take a long time. It is not actually interruptible. But at least we can cure diseases on this character. So, that's cool. We'll grab this one now. What did I say? We're at 39. 11 more. 11 more. We're getting there. I think we had... Well, I don't remember how many we had to start this. Probably 17. So trying to interrupt him was a waste of mana. Now we know just wait and drop the disease. I didn't even see what the disease did. I should have looked at that. What that Dark Sludge disease does. Sounds like the name of some real diseases, you know. I bet there's some people that show up that have a little of the Dark Sludge going on in real life. And that's just sick. Yes, I'm talking about STDs. Yep, just keeping it classy and mature today. On the set that I'm in. But yeah, I think we're making good progress so far, but it doesn't really matter. It's all about... Well, what's gonna... First of all, what happened with the on alliances, we got slowed down because we have a couple other quests to clear out some satyrs here and to do the treant, clear some satyrs out there. So that whole thing slowed us down some. We lost an episode essentially to weapon grinding, which we're up to 272 now, by the way, so we're basically working on being level 55, so we're pretty good, pretty caught up. And that's all fine, but that we did that on the Alliance also. This grinding out here, even if we get better RNG, the fact that there's a 10% buff on humans does make that better. And it feels like we're already kind of 2 episodes in, kind of wrapped up with our questing, but we do have the whole Jadenar quest line to do. That will most likely take us the whole next episode. That's a toughie. Time consuming. And it's also considering we're going to start with traveling and turning in the Felwood sample. And then we'll go and do the initial episodes for the Ritual Totem. Or not Ritual Totem, for the setting up the Deadwood there. So that we can get ourselves to unfriendly with the dudes. Alright, where we are. We need 6 more slime samples. Can I find 6 more stinking slimes? There's one over there, actually. Rather than going back closer to the camp where there's only a couple slimes hidden back there. Let's see if we can go over here.
It's too far away.
It's too far away. Alright, after this one we're going to have 5 slimes to go, and we are already about a minute from where we... Oh, dang it, I should have looked at that. What it did. Alright, well, I'm sure we'll get hit one more time with it. Actually, I'm not sure. Considering we only have 5 more times. You win when you hit 60. Yeah, that's not true. Honestly, I hit 60, and other than like a few moments where I'm like, oh, that's cool, I'm 60, it doesn't matter. My mission is unaffected and keeps going on the same. I have died multiple times since 60. I'm not just... It's not like on retail. I don't know if it goes like this anymore because it's been a little bit of time since I played retail. But it used to be you would hit 60 or whatever the cap level was. And then all of a sudden, all scaling turned off. And the mobs reverted to like their original levels, like level 10, level 20, level 30. Whatever they assigned each expansion. So all of a sudden you jumped up to like being a god, where you're one-shotting everything. So it's going to be interesting how we play it, how we play each zone. I'm going to have to sit down with like a real map, not so much for the, like, which order we do things in. I mean, kind of that, but like, that's not as important. What do we need? We need 4 more. That's not as important because of the scaling. You can do any zone in any order. We will try to organically do them in the orders they came before. What really is gonna be like a big factor for us is we want to make sure that by the time we hit Legion, or even if it's after Legion, really, by the time we hit Legion, we want to have 1 of every class for sure, and ideally 1 of every class from each X pack. That's my goal. Because we want to be able to do all of the class hall quests, and they are slightly different if you're Alliance or Horde. So I'd like to do all of them on each. So that means we would need 2 warriors, 2 paladins, 2 death knights, because I'm pretty sure there are death knight class hall quests. Jeez, come on. We need 3 more slime samples. We're actually having a hard time finding slimes now. I'm killing too many. So that's the 3 plate classes. I believe there's, what, 3 male? Uh-oh. careful too. Because there's Hunter, Shaman, and now Evoker. Now, Evoker can wait, actually, because I don't think Evoker has class quests. So that will be our last priority to do Evoker. So if we push Evoker off to the side, then there's also all the leathers. So we have 5 or 6 classes so far. All the leathers would be Monk, Rogue, and Druid. I think that's all the leathers. Monk, Rogue, Druid. Am I forgetting one? Because right now, only thing that's leathers are Rogue and Druid. And then they added Monk. We need one more slime. One more, and then we're gonna hearth and be done. There's a slimy thing right there. Coming for you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. There's a slime right there, too. So that's 3, and again, unless I'm forgetting one, which I very well could be. And then there are 3 cloth casters, mages, warlocks, and priests. So, am I forgetting anything? Burning Crusade did not give us any extra classes. Wrath gave us Death Knight. Cataclysm did not give us any extra classes. Missa Pandaria gave us Monk. Draenor, no new classes. Legion Hunter gave us Demon Hunter. That's the other leather class. Demon Hunter. I forgot about Demon Hunter. And Legion is really as far as we technically have to go. BFA did not give us any extra class. Shadowlands did not give us any extra class. I don't think Shadowlands gave us a class or race.
Well met.
Dragonflight gave us a new race class, both. The Elemental Fire I can see. Alright. I'm gonna put the Elemental Fire in the bank.
Be careful.
Just to get it out of my stock, and then that's it. We're gonna... Actually, you know... we can start making our way... No, it's fine. We'll do the traveling to Undercity next time.
I guarantee this bank's security with my own blood. Is that good enough for you?
Yes.
For the Horde!
Yeah, so that means... that's just what I'll have to sit down and do the math on, but it sounds like we have 3 plate, we have technically 3 mail, we have 4 leather, and we have 3 cloth, so 3, 6, 9, 13, but maybe you could take away 1. So can we get 24 classes? We get 24 characters in, squeezed in before we do the end of, before we get to the start of Legion, or 2 of them can be the start of Legion. So can we get 20? And like I said, yeah, we take away the Evoker, so that's why we're at 24. So can we get 22 in before? Well, if we did an Alliance and a Horde for each, that does basically double everything. So everything we do will be Alliance and Horde. So if we just think about the ways that we run it, can we get 11 different routes? Well, we could do like an Eastern Kingdoms route and a Kalimdor route. So that's 2 for vanilla, but that will come during Cataclysm time. Of course, we would have a Burning Crusade route, just one by itself. You could do 2 routes through Wrath, but for now, let's call it 1. Then through Cataclysm, then you could have a 3rd route that was like the X-Pack material Cataclysm. That's 5. Then Missa Pandaria, you could do, that's 6. Then 7 would be Warlords of Draenor. So that's only 7. So we would need somehow 4 other routes. So what's going to most likely happen is, like, 2 of those routes we can probably get through alternative paths through the vanilla pathing zones. Because there's so much content. So that's 9. And then most likely what's going to happen is we'll hit certain areas and we'll already be maxed out because you level up so fast. So we'll just kind of work it like that and then do our best to just go hit certain zones and start questing from jump in certain areas. That's pretty much how we're going to have to roll it. All right, everybody. You all rock. I greatly appreciate all of your time that you spent with me today. I hope that you liked it. If you did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, be part of the greater Lore of Warcraft community. You all rock, and I intend on seeing you again soon. Tomorrow we'll do a little lore video, and I'll drop another Patreon Assassin's Creed 2 playthrough. We have completed the first Memory Strand and are now on to the second. That game is picking up steam and is quite fun if you want to check out me doing the same service for this. And that's it. This episode, In the Pipe 5x5.